I think I've got a little bit of an addiction.
Hey.
My name's Hannah, and this is my love letter to Pink.
For sale, got feeling on speed out, hit me to chill. I give it a thrill, I put it on film. Facade get applaud, that ain't real. Come to my section and flex, we can tell. I got a show and she dipping them nails, I'm flipping my L's. I know they can.
Do you remember when we were young, we always used to ask each other,
what's your favourite colour?
oh, well, I think if I was going to answer now, it would probably be pink. But I don't just like pink because it's pretty. I can't think of another colour that has the same power in Western culture as the colour pink. A colour that literally makes men do this. I used to have one of those bosses who would actually like recoil at the colour pink. And I always thought it was so ridiculous. Of course, what he's offended by is not the actual colour itself. It's not like the light refracts in a certain way that hits his retinas that literally offends him or hurts him in any way. What he doesn't like is what the colour represents, and what the colour represents is femininity. It's funny though, because actually pink wasn't always for girls. In fact, pink used to be associated with little boys because red, the colour of blood and combat, was associated with men. Pink was the lighter version of red and therefore represented the smaller version of the grown man, the little boy. And actually it was light blue that was mostly used for girls because it had connotations with the Virgin Mary. The turning point for pink was just after the war. Mimi Eisenhower was a first lady in America and she just happened to adore the colour pink. She wore this iconic dress to the inauguration of her husband and then president. It's where people, and more particularly advertisers, decided that the colour pink represented a certain kind of woman. Since then, the colour pink has been synonymous with this certain kind of femininity, but that doesn't always mean this sort of pretty, feeble, feeble character. For me, when I was growing up, the people that I saw in pink were like the pink ladies or the plastics. These women absolutely love pink, and you also absolutely wouldn't mess with them.
On Wednesdays, we wear pink. Because being with the plastics was like being famous.
And we're gonna rule the school.
The colour pink can now be used as a tool for good and also for evil. The pink tax literally lures women into paying more for essential products just because they are pink. Or you can get these like girl boss quotes which give you the world's worst advice, but it's like packaged up in a beautiful, pretty pink ribbon. And it makes you think it's feminism, but it's actually capitalism. So why do I love the colour pink so much? For me, there are like two reasons. I feel like the colour and its connotations allows me to take up more space than I actually can with my physicality. Let me explain. I've never really been a girly girl. I love Barbies, but I'd always shave their hair off. I love princess dresses, but I'd always ruin them by climbing up trees or playing football. I've just always been really attracted to typically masculine and feminine pursuits, and that has completely followed me into adulthood as well. As much as I cherish my female friendships, I have been constantly attracted to male-dominated spaces, whether that be the construction industry, football, poker, workshops, boxing, hey, even art. And I absolutely love being part of these spaces, but there are usually a distinct lack of women, and in turn, a distinct lack of pink. And so for me, when I enter these like male dominated spaces, whether that be through how I dress or presentations I give, I feel like it gives me the ability to fill the space with more feminine energy than I can actually do on my own. Now, a lot of women don't like the colour pink. They don't want to be trapped in a stereotype, and I completely understand that. And I would not wear the colour if I didn't like the colour. But simultaneously, I don't think that femininity inherently means less than, or not as important, or something to be embarrassed by. I do not think you should have to look like the men, dress like the men, act like the men to be able to work alongside the men. I'm all about live and let live, and don't restrain yourself because of stereotypes, whether positive or negative. The second reason is because sometimes it's just so bad it's good. I hate snobbery. The problem is, I trained as an architect, which basically meant I went through 7 years of training on how to be an absolute design snob. This is good, this is bad, this is right, this is wrong. And as I've got older, I've started to question who makes these rules. And if I'm honest, a lot of my journey as an artist is actually unlearning those lessons that have been drummed into me in architecture school. I want to keep the good bits and get rid of the ones. That means I push myself to buy the shoes, paint the ceilings, wear the goddamn pink coat.
You just a flirt with me, totally tucked out, but the jewels out.
And that's why I love the colour pink. And maybe you'll love it a little bit more after this video too. If you like this video, even if you can't abide the colour pink, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more. And one more question.
What's your favourite colour?
I just in a home with a full mouth. I'm a rare breed when the moon out. I'ma stop playing by the rules now. I've been ran plays, need a new route. Queen said she needs space in a new house. Mom told me that she prayed for